Back with another Savage stream. I hope everyone is doing well. And thanks to everyone liking, sharing, commenting on my videos, subscribing to the channel. I just realized how much you guys rock, because I just realized I went over 4,000 subs and I didn't even know it. And I think that's like, I want to say it's 1,000 in a month, because I know that Red Panda sub-bombed me the other day, and I know that that helped a lot. He had a lot of his subscribers hit up my channel. But yeah, 1,000 in a month is insane for me, because I'm only at 4,000 and I've been doing this for 3 years. So you know, it is what it is. But yeah, thanks so much, everybody. It's really awesome that you guys are subscribing and all that cool stuff. Let me see. Get my screen set up here correctly. So in this video, we started going through the RAVENCOIN roadmap. I'm going to go like basically line item by line item and try to incorporate some of the communities, community members with the whole process. We're using testnet so that we can kind of do whatever we want and create assets and not have to worry about spending actual USD value. Whenever I was creating the first one, the first asset back on Friday, the main asset for our top level of our company that we're putting together here, and we're going to use all the different capabilities of RAVENCOIN inside of this one company, this one asset, is the easiest way to look at it. I know I'm going to probably do some Google drawings, whatever they're called, basically the PowerPoints on how this stuff is laid out, how we're going to use each part or each capability of RAVENCOIN in order to basically tokenize the whole thing, from start to finish. We're going to have a company online, basically in cyberspace, I guess is the way to look at it. So, but whenever I was creating this asset, I made some mistakes. I didn't name it properly, and I had a couple drinks that night. That was Friday night. It was Crypto Fireball Friday, so I just overlooked it. But I fixed it, and that's what I'm going to show you tonight. I'm going to show you that I fixed it, named the asset properly. You'll see what I'm talking about. And then we'll press on with other things. We're probably not going to get too far into like other aspects of RAVENCOIN other than asset creation, asset. I'm going to show you how to burn an asset. Stuff like that. We'll talk about all of it, and it's probably going to be jumping around a little bit, just working through different scenarios and different problems and stuff. But I think that this type of information is really important, especially for like a supporter of RAVENCOIN. And RAVENCOIN's been doing good lately. I mean, the whole market's kind of down right now, but as far as like value goes, it did like 850x or 850% in a short amount of time, a week or so, or whatever it was. So hopefully things are, bringing some attention to RAVENCOIN and the fees. There's a lot of parallel capabilities of RAVENCOIN compared to like tokenizing assets on, say, Ethereum or any of those other blockchains that are out there where you can tokenize assets like NFTs and things like that. That can be on RAVENCOIN, and it's at this point it's super cheap compared to those other platforms. In order to issue, transfer, all that stuff, it's very inexpensive from a USD or from a value standpoint. So maybe it's drawing some attention because of that, to be used as a platform for those things that are really hot right now. Maybe, we'll see. But we're going to go through all the different aspects and take it slow. There'll be videos mixed in between there. I'm not going to do this like one at a time, one right after the other. There'll be other videos mixed in. So this is going to take some time to go through the whole thing. And we're going to take our time, jump around. Like I said, it's going to be kind of probably chaotic a little bit, but we will get through it. Let me check the chat, make sure that everything is okay over there. Nobody's talking. That's cool. That's cool. All right. It's all good. Nobody wants to say anything. I'm mesmerizing everybody, I guess. So what we did on Friday night was we created a pocket change. One of the subscribers, one of the community members here, we were trying to come up with a name for our business, our company, whatever you want to call it, and pocket change won fairly easily as the name of the. It's a cool name, so I figured I would use that. So essentially, it's just like our company. Starting a company, we want it to be tokenized as much as possible. All the different things. What I mean is, you can go through. If we go to, let's go to RAVENCOIN, top level here, and right here they kind of go through what you can tokenize, which this is really only limited by your imagination, but they give you some examples here. Okay, so for our company, we'll probably do our shares. The company shares will be restricted assets. That'll be something that we'll have tokenized. We'll have maybe like a special subscription for like members only area, like some type of a membership. And then we'll use IPFS, the interplanetary file system, and that's just a peer-to-peer distributed file system. So we'll have to upload some data to IPFS and reference it in the tokens. And that's where the whole NFT thing comes in, because you can use IPFS for the NFT, reference it with a hash, and there you go. Now you have a NFT. But we're going to get to that. We're going to do NFTs as well. Also, we'll pretend like we have a office building that we are going to sell, tokenize. We're going to tokenize a property and then sell it to investors. Maybe we only inhabit, maybe one floor of a four-story office complex or something like that. We rent out the rest of it. So because we're renting it, we have an income, we have profit for renting that office space or those floors, and because of that, then we can distribute rewards, and that all this is built into the RAVENCOIN network on the protocol layer. This is not like layer 2 stuff. This is the actual protocol that does all this. It's very cool the way that they've designed this. So we'll do the rewards, like I said, NFTs, property, subscriptions, shares, all kind of cool stuff. So we'll go through each one of these, and we're going to be using basically the roadmap to kind of walk through what each step is. And you can see the roadmap. Let's see here, the white paper, roadmap. So if we go to roadmap, you can see that phase 2 is assets. There was a different one that I used. Let me see if I can find it real quick here. Actually used, maybe it was just the white paper. Yeah, it was the white paper. So see, I start right here, asset issuance and transfer. That's kind of like the name of the video, right? So this is kind of the part of the white paper that we're kind of going over right now, how this works from a main asset top level. All right. So if you want to participate like in this whole little exercise, this little scenario that we're designing here, then you're going to need a RAVENCOIN desktop wallet, or it would have to be the desktop wallet because you have to get into testnet, and you would download the wallet from their website. So you go to ravencoin.org, just say get your wallet. I have plenty of, I'm not going to go through this because I have plenty of how to install a wallet and wallet videos on my channel here, but we're on Windows, so you download that and install it. Once you get it up and running, what you'll want to do is, I think I showed this last week. You'll want to create a shortcut to it. Let me get over here, because you have to put in the testnet option on the wallet. I think I'm doing this right. Latest wallet. Yeah, so like this is the executable right here. So you'll right click on that and choose create a shortcut. Then you will modify the shortcut to include at the end, you have to put -testnet. And that's it. So it's a space and then -testnet. And then whenever you launch that shortcut, you're going to launch the testnet wallet. and it looks like this. It looks exactly the same once you're in here, but you'll see up here it says, actually you can't see it. Up here at the top, it says testnet right here. And whenever it launches initially, it will be a green, I'll show you that. It'll be a green Raven. So that kind of shows you that you're in testnet. Going to launch on my left screen. I think I can pull it over maybe. Okay, here we go. So it'll look like that. Says testnet right there. The logo's green. So that tells you that you're in testnet. Here's testnet up here as well. So once this gets opened, again, it looks like the normal RAVENCOIN wallet. You just have to realize that you are in testnet. And you can tell this because I've got like 2.8 million Raven in here. And that's obviously not real Raven. It's just testnet Raven. So I wish I had 2.8 million real Raven. That would be cool. All right. So there is that. So if you want to participate, you do that. Then whenever we communicate, either on Discord or wherever, you can send me your testnet address and your username or something like that. That way I can send you assets and we can really go heavy go hard in the paint on this whole scenario, so that people can fully understand the power of this platform. So that is what we are going to be looking at. So that is downloading the wallet. You have to let it sync too. You want to make sure it syncs. It's going to take, if you haven't launched the testnet wallet ever, it's going to take some time. It took, I want to say it took a few days for mine to sync all the way. So you get down here and you see the little check mark, you're synced. Then things will start looking right. So if you want to actually generate some coins, you can send me your address and I can send you some of this 2.8 million, or you can possibly generate your own. If you come into the testnet wallet and go to help and then debug window and then console, if you type right here, let's say you have I've got a 3700X Ryzen 7 and it is an 8 dual core, so it's 16. And what you can do in the wallet is, so you can see how the processors are right now as far as their usage, pretty low. Okay, so if you come into the debug window, the console, go to console and then type in set generate true, and then the number of processors you want to use. So in my case, I could do like 8, I could do 4. I'll go 8. So now it says you don't get an error. It looks like everything's good because this right here, 8 of 8. Now if I go over here to the resource meter, you can see that those processors are being taxed now, because what's happening is I'm actually mining. I'm actually participating in the network and actually mining on testnet. And after a long period of time, because not everybody's mining on testnet, so it really throws like a crazy difficulty and all kinds of crazy block times up here, from what I can tell. I left it running for a little bit earlier, and I didn't generate any rewards. But if you let it go for a long time, you probably will. And I believe that's how I can't remember totally how I got all this. 2.8 million. I can only imagine that I did that that was last year sometime. I believe I did it through just mining, just doing the set generate thing. Yeah, it says mining here, but that's just the name of my wallet. So you can see last year, April of 2020, you can see how I was mining, getting like 17,000, 23,000, 43,000, 432,000. Yeah, geez. All right. So that is how that works. I'm going to go and turn that off, but I don't want it to wreck my stream here. So you can go set generate false. That'll turn it off. You can see it's going to dip everything back down to normal levels. Okay. And then if you want to check what your status is, you can go set get generate. Like that. It says true. It should say, I thought it should say false, but it might be because I did it up here already. So, or maybe that just does 1 for or something. So I'm going to go. I'm going to go like this to turn it off. All right. There we go. So get out of there, and then we're good. So that is how you can participate. So, you know, in order to do this, you probably need some Raven in order to really participate in this exercise. That is one thing. So I showed you how to do that, and now we can move on. So whenever we created the asset last week on Friday, again, I kind of messed up the name. Here is, once the stream was over, I kind of went through this and I was like, okay, you can see how I messed the name up. Instead of Pocket Change XD, it was just Pocket Change. Again, I was a couple of drinks in, so that's why it ended up like this. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying enough attention. So what I was trying to do here was I was trying to burn this asset so that I could create it correctly. I just didn't want it in the wallet to confuse anybody, so I was trying to burn it, and this is what I came up with. I think that I did this backwards. I believe that you should send the admin asset, the top level, the ownership admin asset first, and then send the, because in this case we had one Pocket Change token underneath of that asset. So it was basically one token is all we had in the whole organization here. So I grabbed the burn address that is used to burn the Raven. Whenever you issue an asset, you burn 500 Raven for a main asset. So I just grabbed that address as the burn address and tried to send the Pocket Change asset. And you can see right here, I did not choose to send the administrator asset. So I did not choose that. So there's a little checkbox over there where you can see up there at the top that I did not check. So I'm just sending the one token that we had. So what we end up with here is just the administrative asset, and that's it. Now what I was noticing is it didn't appear as though I could send that asset to the burn address. And it's probably just a procedural thing that I messed up here. So I kind of poke around a little bit here, but this is just a recording, guys. I'm just showing you the recording. So I don't know what I'm doing here, but I was trying to figure out how to do this, and you see that it's not allowing me to choose the administrative asset anymore. That's what I'm getting stuck on. I'm like, wait a minute, I already sent the Pocket Change token. Now I need to send the administrator asset. So I was thinking that possibly what was happening here is either it was I was waiting on some confirmations before I could do it, or you have to do the admin asset first. So what I think what I ended up doing here is I reissued the asset, gave it one token, and then I burned the administrative asset first. I believe that's what I ended up doing here. This is frustrating for me to just watch this. Let me see where we're at. It's almost done. Because I actually didn't record the part where I burned the administrative asset, because I was off and on with the recorder, and I didn't want to. As I was poking around and troubleshooting, I was like, I just didn't launch the recorder before I did it officially. So I'll tell you what I did though. We can kind of go through it as an exercise too. We might be able to hit that later or something. So I think right here, as I actually reissue it, I think that's what I end up doing. All right, that's it. I don't know what might show it on the next one. All right, so you can see, all right, right here, hopefully you notice the change. There's no admin asset here because I burned it. So what I did was I reissued Pocket Change, then I burned the admin asset first. So that's how I ended up like this with no ownership token, because I'd already burned it. So then I just come in here, send this asset, and I went ahead and sent this to that same address. And then what you'll see here is it'll basically clear up my asset list for this wallet, which is nice. I hate having a lot of stuff in there that is just confusing, and I wanted to name the asset properly, so that's why I was going through this little exercise here. So I'm just sending the one asset to the burn address. And a burn address is just simply an address that no one has access to. So unfortunately, if you do send something like an asset to the burn address, then it doesn't actually remove it. You can see right here, it's all gone, right? So it doesn't remove it from the blockchain. And what I mean is, you're still going, if you do a search, like if you went to look at a blockchain explorer, you're still going to see that asset, and you can't create another asset with the same name because it's a blockchain and it's going to be there forever. So that's why whenever you name an asset, you want to be really precise with what you want to name it initially, because you can't go back and change it. So just because you burn it, it's still there, blockchain. We couldn't go in here and create. We can check, but I'm 101% sure that we couldn't create like another Pocket Change asset with the exact name of Pocket Change. So maybe we'll play around with that in a minute. So here is me creating the name properly, Pocket Change XD. We're gonna leave it as reissuable 1 token. And you can see over there on the right, it was already green, but you can't get the create asset button to go to where you can click it. It's grayed out until you see right there, it's green, letting you know that it's available. But see down there, you can't create the asset yet. So you have to click check availability. So that's whenever it actually goes out and checks on the blockchain, probably through explorers and stuff, to make sure that it's valid. Then you can create an asset. So that's what I do here. And it does burn 500 Raven. So think about that. Every asset that's created, every main asset that is created burns 500 Raven. So now that asset should show up here once some confirmations come through. While we're waiting on that, I'm going to check the chat. And okay, let me refresh this because no one is saying anything on my screen anyway. Okay, so it happened again. You guys are actually talking over here, and like it was showing 0 chat to me, so I had to actually refresh. Yeah, so creating I'm trying to, let me see if y'all are tagging me over here. What's up, Teaspoon Miner? Thanks for joining us. Chancoin, no, it's all the same. All right, thanks for tagging me over there, guys. So now you can see the admin asset showed up. Well, the asset showed up, and we own it. That's what the little A is. And it's Pocket Change XD, which is what we wanted. Yeah, so if you look at the value, the USD value of what it takes to create an asset, it is 500 Raven. So whatever that is, I don't know what it is right now. We can go and look. I think this is almost done here yet. We're pretty much done with the video there. So we created the asset, and you can see that over here. Good to go. This is all live right now. If we go over here to CoinGecko, we can say Raven, and then we can look up 500. So it's like 93 bucks right now to create an asset. So this is why whenever it was a penny or 1.5 cents, I was telling everybody, hey, y'all need to go and create y'all's assets if y'all are going to do this, because it's going to get expensive if Raven goes up in value. And it doesn't take a lot to make it really expensive, right? I mean, 18 cents is still pretty cheap, and it's already 100 bucks, you know, to create an asset. So a real asset, not on testnet. Testnet's free, but all right. So we got pretty far. We now have the correct asset, which is the whole goal here. Let's see, if I go too fast, you know, make sure you hit me up in chat, tag me. I'll check the chat every now and then, but I can't stay over there because I'll get totally distracted and won't get anywhere with our little project here. I wanted to show you this. If we go to the testnet explorer, somewhere, here it is. So this is testnet. You can probably see that. Yeah, you can. So the testnet.ravencoin.network, and then we can search for that burn address. So I just plugged in I just copied and pasted the burn address. And if you're wondering like where you can get it, it's just, if you go under transactions, if you created an asset, you just grab this N1 issue asset. That's a burn address. I'm sure that there are probably other burn addresses, but this is just the one that I use. So I just pasted that in there, and if we do a enter, then we can go and look at what's going on with this address. And you can see that I burned that pocket change right here. This is like recent stuff. And see, other people are using it. Like, I didn't do this, I didn't do this, I didn't do any of this. These are all like assets other people are messing with. So there is testing going on here. Yeah, so pocket change forever on the blockchain of RAVENCOIN, at least on the testnet for now. All right, so that is kind of cool to see that in real life there. And then we can also go over to Mango Farms. So one of the things that you kind of have to keep in mind here, and right now we don't have it. And what I mean is, like, look, Mango Farms does great work, but as far as like a really great user interface for interacting with the RAVENCOIN blockchain to create assets, stuff like this is great. This is really good. But what I mean is like a real layman's way of doing it. This way, it's super nice. It is easy if you already kind of know what RAVENCOIN is about. But I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is a website, and what's cool about Mango Farm assets is that it's got testnet capability, so you can actually look at testnet assets and stuff. I like that. It's kind of neat. So if you come in here and type in pocket change, you can see the two that we've created already. And this is the correct one, but remember what I was saying, even though this is burned, it still shows up on the blockchain as an asset. You just can't do anything with it. It's just basically just locked up. And if you go to mainnet and look for pocket change, doesn't exist. All right. But if you go over here and look at savagemine, that one exists. And then this one right here is a unique asset that created this like a long time ago whenever we were doing some testing, and I was looking at using RAVENCOIN for hosting the rigs. And I've actually talked about this before, and I still might do it, as a way to allow people to buy portions of a rig that I have here, and hosting GPUs on it, and then you can buy portions of it, and I can distribute rewards based on that and stuff like that. It's neat. I mean, again, your imagination is the only limit, right? So this is actually on, let me go here. This one is on, the reason it's showing like this is because this is IPFS. Okay, and it's pulling the data from IPFS. So in this case, there was one GPU. So let's say, I don't want to get too in the weeds here, but the way I was going to do this was if you sent me a GPU to host in a rig, then this is what I would do. I would create a PDF or a JPEG or PNG or whatever of it, upload and show you that it's in the rig running, so on and so forth, and the serial number that you sent and all that stuff. And then I would put this on IPFS, reference it in this unique asset here. Then whenever it comes time to distribute rewards to you that this GPU has earned, then I could do it using Raven. I could send it to that address. So, or to your address, you know, based on ownership. Not you wouldn't send it to this. This is the unique asset. But I would know what your RAVENCOIN asset address was, and I could send you the profits that way, right? So cool stuff. That's what RAVENCOIN is all about. So if we come back over here, go to Pocket Change again. So see, there's nothing really about the asset. Not too much going on here. One quantity, unit 0, it is reissuable, which we need to kind of talk about the reissuable thing as well. So if we go back over to our wallet, go to overview, you can see the admin asset here. And right now there is, let me go to manage assets. There's no IPFS or transaction hash here. So there's no like link to IPFS, interplanetary file system. And so what we need to do is we need to, the way I was kind of thinking about this was, okay, so Pocket Change XD is we'll call it a corporation. So we needed like a document. So what you could do for this admin token, this top level of our business, basically our business name, like our Apple or our Google or whatever, that's our name. So Pocket Change XD, then we need articles of incorporation, and that's something that you could generate and then maybe save it as a PDF and then upload it to IPFS and then reference it right here so that anyone going and looking for Pocket Change XD, if they wanted to see the articles of incorporation, they could see it on IPFS, just like we just did with that GPU, although it would be articles of incorporation instead of a picture of a GPU and serial number and stuff. So that's what IPFS is for in this case, or what we'll use it for. So let's go ahead and let me see if I can find it. I thought I had it up here. Here are our articles of incorporation for Pocket Change XD. So you got a president as Pocket Change XD, vice president is Chump Change XD, the treasurer, Dan the Dane, because he's a longtime supporter and also loves RAVENCOIN, so I got to get him in there. And then the secretary is going to be Red Panda Mining. And then we got a bunch of supporters. Now, some of these I pulled from that stream, that initial stream on Friday night, just people that were making comments and whatnot. Some of them are just YouTubers, stuff like that. I'm just throwing names out there, guys. It's not, don't be offended if I didn't include you, but if you want to be included, you need to tell me like right now, so that I can just add you to this before we put it on the blockchain forever. Now, obviously we can reissue and change it if we need to, but for now, this is what it's going to look like. And I got y'all's little signatures down there and everything. Super official looking. All right, let me see what y'all are saying over here. I think I got Nemesis on there, right? Yeah. All right, so cool stuff, cool stuff. All right, teaspoon miner. Let me get you in here. Teaspoon. Can't include everybody, but I'm working on it. All right. Yeah, I was gonna include something about the whole. Oh, thanks, Chump Change XD. Awesome. Thanks so much, man. Yeah, I subscribe to your channel and stuff. I was watching videos today. I know who you are. All right, y'all are gonna get this chat off the rails again. All right, I'm gonna stop right there. Then, so what we need to do, I don't want to put it up there as just a document. So we're gonna save it as a PDF. We don't want it. We want it to be more of a portable document. So I'm going to save it as a PDF. Change the name here, match what we want it to be. All right, got that. I'm gonna try to go slow enough to where I can actually pay attention here. Yeah, so I got like supporters in here. Again, don't be offended. We can reissue. Not a big deal. All right. So now we have our PDF here. So now we need to get this PDF out to IPFS to store. And IPFS is a peer-to-peer distributed file system. And what I did was I grabbed the IPFS client, or an IPFS client. I think this is ipfs.io. There's different basically on-ramps to IPFS, different clients. This is the one I use. I believe that this is the one I used before. It seemed like that global upload, the one that I tried to use before, it seemed like that one was not working. I don't know if maybe it was just a browser setting. Most likely that's what it is. It's just a browser setting that I don't have set properly. And it was not allowing me to upload anything. I tried several different browsers though, and it didn't work. So I'm going to try to upload that PDF to IPFS here. Now the thing about IPFS, you might think, well, okay, so it's distributed peer-to-peer. Anybody can use it. It's wide open. You can upload something and it's there forever. That's not the way it works. The way it works is you can pay to have it pinned on servers. So some of the servers that are hosting IPFS have, much like a miner in a blockchain network, they have like requirements. Like if they are storing your data and you want it pinned and you want it available all the time, no matter how often it's accessed. I'm surprised that that GPU is still out there, because I mean, no one accesses that. There might have been some way that I pinned it or something. I don't know. I don't know how I did it, but it's still out there. Long story short, if files aren't accessed, then they can be removed from IPFS, and you can go and do it. You can explore stuff and see it. You can, to kind of validate what I'm saying, but there'll be links that are just dead, you know, that there's no file there anymore. So we're going to try to get this worked out. And oh, okay, Chris, wrench status incoming, sir. All right, there you go. Let me add Doge Lord over. I'll add him later. I've already done a PDF. All right, so let's come over here, and we are going to go to Files. Maybe not. Let me refresh my memory here. Hold on. How do we actually upload? Okay. Explore. Okay, right here. File name. Add files to your local IPFS node. So this is a node. So maybe I just click right here. Yeah. Sorry. I don't use this a lot, so I'm trying to get through this. All right. So we are going to click add. And you might be wondering, okay, so what are we doing? Why are we doing this? Because we are going to reissue the Pocket Change XD asset. And, oh, thanks, Chris. Don't send people off the stream, though. Let's see what's up here. Oh, heck. Oh, heck. Doge Lord's got me some merch out there. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, y'all check that out. That's pretty cool. That's cool. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, it's looking good, man. It's looking good. Y'all check out that merch once you you can just right click on it and choose open in a new window to kind of see what's up over there. Yeah, it looks cool. I like it. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it, sir. All right, so what we're going to do here is we are going to reissue this, and whenever we reissue it, because we need to include, the reason that we have to reissue it, we can't just edit it. All right, we can't just come in here and add IPFS to it. I don't think it's going to let us. We'll try it, but I'm pretty sure you have to reissue it to get IPFS added. So we'll try all this out. So we're going to add a file to IPFS. This is our Pocket Change XD articles of incorporation. I want to double click that. So now see this hash that it's got down here? That's the IPFS hash, right? So I think I can click over here. Oh, there's the pin right there. Now, maybe because I'm hosting the node myself with this client here, maybe that's why I can pin it. Most likely that's what that means. But maybe if like mine isn't up and running, then it won't be available. So we're going to copy. We could do share link. I think it's just the. I don't think it's the whole thing. Let's try. So I'm gonna copy that. Yeah, see, it's only. I think it's only gonna be this part. Huh. I think I ran into this before. All right, I'm going to have to jog my memory here. Let's see here. Okay, so that worked. I guess it didn't know that I had changed it. So it's a CID. So share link. This doesn't work. Oh, maybe because that was on the end of it. Okay. All right, I didn't see that. So that seems to work. Now I wonder. Yeah, see, it's going to make us reissue it. See, we added that. We added that to the asset. But again, it's going to. We're going to put a quantity of 1. And then we got to reissue it to get that IPFS hash attached to that asset. So hopefully this is making sense. If I'm going too fast, let me know in the chat over there. So reissuing also burns 100 Raven. So if you have to reissue, it's 100. All right, so we reissued. Oh, you know what? There was already 1. And then whenever you reissued, I should have left it at 0 to leave it at 1. So now there's 2. That's okay, though. My bad, my bad. All right, so what we might be able to do now is go to manage assets. It's not going to show us in here. I think we have to, let's go and look on one of the explorers. This uses cloudflare-ipfs.com. So I wonder if it communicates, if it can find it. Probably will, because it's peer-to-peer. So it's probably looking for this, and it hopefully will find it on my node right here that I'm running. And I'll be honest with you, I just now noticed this. I don't know if this is something new that they added. I don't remember seeing that before. Maybe I just didn't notice it. But yeah, there's like a little link there, take you out to the IPFS data that you've attached. Now, exactly, ABM production. I never get that right. ABMNS production. Yeah, like all of this, like creating the asset is 500 Raven. You know, so you got to get this stuff right the first time. Now, if you're creating an asset for a huge multi-million dollar, multi-billion dollar business, then it's not going to matter that much, you know, unless Raven is, you know, 5,000 each or something, right? But for us just playing around, or if you just want to create an asset for yourself, right now it's almost $100, you know, to create a main asset. So yeah, you're right. You better get it right the first time. All right, let's go out to Mango Farms and let's see if anything shows up on there. This might take some time because, you know, we just did it. I think there's probably got to be some confirmations and stuff like that before things will start working the right way. That's the bad thing about doing like content on blockchains and doing like live stuff like this, because, you know, there's confirmations, there's things you have to wait on in order for it to work. So that's kind of where we're at. Is anybody else going live or anything tonight? I don't know if I've got any notifications. I didn't see any. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see anything too much. Nothing in the little crypto mining community that I can see. So this might actually take some time. I'm wondering if it's like trying to access this on my computer here. Possible. So this came up with zip. So yeah, we might have to wait. This might be a next video kind of thing here. Yeah, see, it is working for other assets, so I know that it's actually talking here. So I bet within 10, 15, 20 minutes it would probably work, but I'm not going to make y'all wait for that. We will address this in the next video regarding this topic. And I think that we will be good to go here. Maybe it would have worked if I had used Cloudflare-IPFS. It might have been a little bit faster. I don't know. But I would imagine at some point this is gonna start working just fine. All right, so that is basically 50 minutes of assets talk again. Let's see. Anybody got any questions about what we're doing, what we're trying to accomplish here? Again, if you want to participate, make sure that you grab that wallet, the RAVENCOIN wallet. Some folks say that they don't want to load the testnet on an asset or on the same computer that they're running mainnet wallets on. It creates a different folder, so as long as you don't get really silly with how you're doing things, it should be fine. I'm not telling you what to do, but I run both of my wallets on the same computer. Testnet is here. This is testnet wallet, and the way that you get to it is like I showed you earlier with the whole shortcut. That's how you launch it. So I don't know. I guess at some point there was some issue with overwriting files or something, and people were freaking out about it. I could see how that would be a problem, but as long as you got all your data saved and backed up in words and private keys and all that stuff, you should be good. But yeah, if you want to participate, let's do this. Let's get some people to let me know what their testnet RAVENCOIN address is, so that we can start. Like right off the bat, something that could happen is we could reissue this and maybe start with shares of the company, basically, in a way, or tokenize. Let's see, it wouldn't be shares, because that would be more of like a restricted asset. We could just say that it's tokens, not necessarily anything like a portion of the company or anything like that, but we could reissue it maybe with 1 million or 1,000 or 21,000 or 21 million or whatever over here, and then we could start sending those to the other people that are participating in this little exercise. So I think that would be cool. So get your testnet addresses up and running so that we can do this. So if you thought, I'm going to get out of here, guys, it's long enough for me. I'm trying to keep these videos short, but this topic is in depth. You have to kind of go into it. And I wanted to show y'all how we got to where we are right now. I think that's important. So now we're set up. I think we're good. Again, probably in the next video, we can probably go back to that asset on the testnet and actually see the IPFS entry, the PDF document, and all that. I think that all that stuff will be squared away by then. So yeah, if you thought that this was interesting or educational, fun, whatever, entertaining, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Give me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. Let me what you think about these videos, this topic. I think it's interesting. I think it's cool stuff. Getting into RAVENCOIN is always fun. Lots you can do. Yeah, make sure you like, share, and subscribe and all that cool stuff. I will see you guys tomorrow night. Same time, same channel, all that stuff. Stay savage, everybody.